In the city of Lopotilem, where shadows of the past blend with modern mysteries, Jack Morris, a detective with experience and keen intellect, leads an investigation into a murder that seems impossible to solve. He's accustomed to challenging cases, but this crime proves particularly complex. During his investigation, Jack encounters numerous clues that lead him to the most unexpected places. He uncovers secrets lurking in the dark corners of the city and encounters diverse characters, each with their own motives and secrets. Sabotage, intrigue, and betrayal all become part of his investigation, and Jack must stay one step ahead to unravel the puzzle and bring the culprits to justice. He utilizes his military experience and intuition to penetrate to the heart of the matter and ultimately reveal the truth underlying this dark and enigmatic tale. But as he approaches the solution, Jack realizes that this case will lead him to consequences he couldn't have imagined. The intervention of powerful forces and recent events from his past create a threat that becomes increasingly real as he continues his investigation. However, as the investigation progressed, it became increasingly clear that the murder was linked to deeply rooted intrigues and enmity that originated far in the past. Jack had to delve into family secrets and dark histories to find answers to the puzzle. Incredible levels of intrigue and tension surrounded the investigation, with each twist revealing new secrets and pushing Jack toward more complex questions and decisions. But his determination never wavered, and he was willing to do whatever it took to uncover the truth and bring the perpetrator to justice. Jack meticulously examined every clue at the crime scene, starting with the smallest ones. He analyzed shoe prints, trying to determine who might have been at the scene of the crime at the time of the murder. Every scratch on the wall, every stain on the floor became part of the puzzle he was trying to piece together. Interrogating witnesses became an integral part of the investigation. Jack conducted numerous interviews, carefully recording testimonies and trying to identify inconsistencies. He asked questions with particular persistence, aiming to uncover even the most hidden details. One of the key moments in the investigation was mobile phone analytics. Jack gained access to the phone records of witnesses and suspects, then meticulously analyzed them. He searched for connections between people, possible motives, and uncovered schemes that could lead to solving the case. Equally important was the analysis of financial transactions. Jack examined bank statements, trying to identify suspicious transactions or unusual expenditures that could indicate the motives of the crime participants. Every day of the investigation, Jack spent at a long table surrounded by documents and notes. He didn't overlook a single detail, no matter how insignificant, and was always prepared for new discoveries and changes in the course of the investigation. Jack meticulously studied every piece of evidence at the crime scene, starting with the smallest. He analyzed shoe prints, attempting to determine who might have been present at the scene of the crime at the time of the murder. Every scratch on the wall, every spot on the floor, became part of the puzzle he endeavored to solve. Interviewing witnesses became an integral part of the investigation. Jack conducted numerous conversations, carefully recording testimonies and attempting to identify any inconsistencies. He asked questions with particular persistence, aiming to uncover even the most concealed details. One of the key aspects of the investigation was mobile phone analytics. Jack gained access to the phone records of witnesses and suspects, then meticulously analyzed them. He searched for connections between individuals, potential motives, and uncovered schemes that could lead to a breakthrough. Equally important was the analysis of financial transactions. Jack scrutinized bank statements, trying to identify any suspicious transactions or unusual expenditures that could shed light on the motives of the crime participants. Every day of the investigation, Jack spent at a lengthy table, surrounded by documents and notes. He didn't overlook a single detail, no matter how insignificant, and was always prepared for new discoveries and changes in the course of the investigation. After countless endless nights and days of intense investigation, Jack finally pieced together all the evidence. He concluded that the murder was a well-planned crime, orchestrated by a group of people who were trying to cover their tracks. Alone one evening, as he sat at his desk in his office examining the final pieces of evidence, the entire puzzle suddenly came together. The details became clear, and he realized who the true killer was. Jack calmly proceeds to the crime scene, gathering all the suspects around him. He presents his evidence and exposes their false alibis. Like playing chess, he strategically maneuvers the pieces on the board, anticipating every move of his adversaries. In the end, Jack apprehends the suspect, who turns out to be the actual perpetrator of the murder. The culprit reveals their motives, and justice prevails as the criminal is locked behind bars. Jack, tired but satisfied, stands on the deserted street in front of the abandoned movie theater. Folding his arms across his chest, he finally feels that his work has made the world a little better. In his city of Lopotilem, there will no longer be any mysteries left unsolved.